So I want to dispel this idea that I keep seeing about all the toxicity of the dating market today being on the shoulders of men because men are the leaders. They're not leading women. Listen, listen to me, dude. These women today do not want to be led by you, for starters. Actually, hold on. Pump the brakes. Rewind a little bit. Let me rewind a little bit. Let's go a step further. These women do not want to follow your lead, regardless of what trajectory you're on, because they don't like you. Women today, they do follow men's lead, but what have I said 1,000 times? They only want to follow the most toxic, vulgar, scummy men around. If you act like a complete scumbag, they might consider following you. Most of the women today, why a lot of people talk about like these damaged women, and everyone thinks it's just some insult being thrown around. Like, who hurt you? What? No, dumbass. Listen, these damaged women, they don't like you. All you white knights that always say dumb shit like that. The men need to stand up. The women can't follow their lead. What are you talking about, bro? You know how many good men are out here going to work every day and trying to be honest and respectful and a man of their word and try to look decent and act decent and smell decent? They don't want anything to do with you, dude. They don't like that. They want to puke when they see like a normal good man, most of them today. Most women today are damaged. Now you can trace it back to the father, I guess. I guess it's all the father's fault. He's the leader that didn't lead. But even then, I've seen it in my own life. I've seen households that were like seemingly normal, you know? But a lot of women, like I've said 1,000 times throughout history, they literally will drop everything to follow pop culture. That's how it's always been in the West. Especially the music industry for whatever reason. And the music today is trashier and more vulgar and more, scummy than ever before. And women just love it. They want to follow that. Even the women, like I've said in other videos, the good women that are putting on this act of being a good wife. No, they're not. They love that scummy music too. They love all this degenerate behavior, degenerate this, degenerate that, over-sexualized jokes and over-sexualized this, and they're sneaking away watching adult videos all the time. And it's like, these are not good family-oriented women. That's why so many guys are like so negative, saying good women don't exist. There's tons out there. No, there's not, dude. These good women you guys keep talking about in my comment section in the West are fake, bro. They're faking it. They're a little smarter than the other ones you see out here talking like a trucker, having the mouth of a vulgar trucker. These good women you keep talking about are just a little smarter, a little slicker. They put on a little bit better act for a dummy like you. So a dummy like you will marry them and be a free piggy bank or a retirement plan or a recess well or something, you fool. Like, dude, like I said before, there's a difference between being negative and just being honest. And do I think there's good women out there? Yes. But I don't think there's very many. And I think most of the perceived good women are fake. They are no different than these damn streetwalkers you see out here, most of them. Go through most of their search histories of these good women that are dedicated wife and mother. Most of their search histories on their phone is scummy adult videos and trashy music. They look up to these scummy ass rappers that are complete zeros, but in their eyes, these are like the real alpha males they want to follow. But try to be a good guy. Try to be a respectful guy. You'll bore them to death. They'll get so bored they got to jump out of their skin. We are living in a society that's not conducive to healthy relationships. Don't you guys get that? Like, this is more than men need to act right. Like, what the hell are you talking about, dumbass? No, it's not men acting right. Our society has become a poisoned well. A poisoned well. Like, we have normalized such filthy language, filthy behavior, sexual innuendo after sexual innuendo, and everything is vulgarity. Everything's extreme this, extreme that. Like, we don't have we don't have the effect to, or excuse me, we don't have the ability to produce good women. We don't. The effect that this filth has on good girls growing up, it turns them into monsters. Remember, pop culture drives most everything in the West. Most of these young people, they are raised on pop culture, whatever it may be. Like I've said 1,000 times, man. A lot of people say women have always been like that. It's no different. Bullshit. Women have not always been like this, dude. They haven't. You can look throughout history. It's bullshit when people say that. That's just a cope. That's just try to relieve the responsibility and ease over everyone's irrational fears. No, women have absolutely not always been like this. And that's not saying there hasn't always been some women like this. There's always been 304s. Yes, that's true. But it was much more few and far between. The average woman, like if you took 100 women, 51% of them or more were not like they are today. They were the decent, good women. They were honest. They weren't addicted to filthy music and filthy videos. And, they weren't. They were family oriented. They did care about connection and chemistry and how is this guy with children? How is this guy with pets? I love art and I love nature and gardening. No, women don't want that anymore. They want vulgarity. They want disgust. They're more disgusting than most men. That's the truth. And that's the majority. That's 51% or more. Way more than 50% of the women today, especially 18 to 30. Oh, way over 50% of them are absolutely degenerate scum. Absolutely. So for everyone to sit there and say like this, women have always been like this. Stop overreacting. No, they haven't. Not in the majority like we have today. That is not true. You had your select few high school girls. Old Jenny, she slept with everyone. Yeah, well, Jenny was a very rare breed back then. And again, maybe it wasn't super rare, but it sure as hell wasn't the majority of young women. Most of them were pretty decent, pretty down to earth, and they were looking for good traits in a man. They weren't looking for like the vulgarity like they are today. Talk to a young woman today, what she looks for in a man and what she responds to. Completely two different worlds, man. So again, yes, men need to do better in many ways. That's true. I'm not saying there's no room for improvement on men. But the problem with that statement is you're setting so many men up for failure because they're going to grind even harder than they already are, thinking that they're going to get this amazing wife out of it. They are not. Those days are gone, unfortunately. Not saying it's not possible, but it's not probable. Good luck to you. You should hold out for a good wife. That would be amazing. But understand that you most likely are not going to find her, and that's not your fault. Irregardless of what you say or what you do or how you dress or where you work and what kind of car you drive, you're not going to find a good woman because we don't have many of them. We don't have that many of them. We don't produce them. Like I've said before, unless you completely annihilate the porn industry, the adult film industry, unless you completely annihilate that filth, unless you would completely annihilate the disgusting music industry now, unless you completely annihilate Hollywood and all of it, good luck. Good luck. Because we're championing and we're celebrating trashy women, promiscuous women, rude women, lying women, cheating women. We're championing that. We're celebrating that. While at the same time beating men down. What do you think's going to happen? And until men, you want to really tell men to improve, what they need to do is they need to wake up and start holding these women accountable. Not being, I'm a man, so I'm always going to keep my mouth shut. Respect a woman at all times. Bullshit. These women don't deserve respect. I'm not saying do anything harsh. What I'm saying is you don't give more respect than what's deserved. If a woman's a piece of shit, say you're a piece of shit. You're scum. You're scum. You're acting like scum. Your past behavior is scum. That's not over the top to say that. You don't just respect women because they deserve it and forgive their past. Bullshit. That's what everyone's been doing for the last 20, 30 years, and look where that's gotten us.